Hello, today we are going to make a pinwheel face mask. This is just going to be a basic face mask that we have been using right now. The materials that you are going to need are going to be the little bows that we will be using. I got these at Walmart. All of the materials I got at Walmart. We will need some string for the ear pieces. We're going to need some cloth, whatever cloth you want to use for the actual face mask material. And then we're going to need an extra cloth for the back so we can have that good protection, double layering. And then we're going to need this blue fabric for the pinwheel. And I have both of these because I am going to make, I made this one with the darker face mask and the darker blue. And so today, right now I'm going to show you how to make it, but I'm going to use this one with the light blue. So first you're going to start with cutting this cloth in, I'm going to be making it in 20 centimeters by 13, and I'm going to be cutting both. So I already have these cut. I made sure that they were pretty close. You can see how I kind of did not measure it well right here, but that's okay. I'll need some needle and thread. I have mine right here, just using a regular needle and thread. I do want to make sure that I am using white so that it can match with the fabric that I'm using. For the pinwheel, I cut out this small little piece of cardboard just for guidance. I made sure that it was about 1 inch, and I cut a piece of cloth matches this piece of cardboard, and we are going to start by folding the corners and making sure that this is nice. We can make a line. Do you see that line right there? And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we have both lines. We are going to cut 2 to 2/3 of the way. Afterwards, after we have cut all of the sides, we're going to bring one corner in and then the other corner. Okay, so I went ahead and did this off camera, but I just basically sewed in all of the corners in here. So without removing the thread from this, I am going to go ahead and put in one of my bows so they can be right in the middle. And how I'm gonna do that is, since the needle is already in here, I am going to go ahead and just stab this little bow in without hurting yourself. Making sure that it's right in the middle. I'm just gonna pinch it down, make sure that it doesn't move. And then I'm just going to make sure that it's secure. So it doesn't fall. uh-oh, on one of the corners. Decided to come off, so I'm just gonna tuck that right back in. All right, and then I'm just gonna keep going, making sure that everything is good to go and that none of the little corners are coming off. I'm just gonna flip it so it doesn't get attached to any of the bow. And then I'm gonna do one last loop. Oh. And then with that, cut this, and there you go. We have our pinwheel. So we're gonna put this aside, put it aside, and then we are going to do the face mask part of it, okay? So you're going to want to grab both of your sheets, and then I want to make sure that they are as even as possible. You're going to make sure that you find the middle of the cloth. I'm going to fold this in half. You don't want to make it too deep. You just want to make sure that it's good enough because it's going to be for the chin and the nose. So you're going to go ahead and grab your scissors, and just right there, we're going to cut. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same thing on here. You can get a good grip, okay? So you did notice, you can notice how this one is a little longer than this one. I do want to keep this one a little longer just because it could be the chin area and this is the nose area. So we're going to separate them, and then we're gonna have this. Okay, so we're almost done sewing. And then again, we are just going to, right when we get to the tip of this angle, that, and then we're gonna loop inside and make our knot. And then we'll just do it again. I just like to do it 2 times so it can be extra secure. Both, and then let's see how they came out. I'm just gonna open it, and then you're gonna have this. So we can see how our mask is coming along. Our next step is going to be sewing this part right here, and we're just gonna do a little fold on all 4 corners, and we're going to fold it, and then we're going to sew, and then we're going to fold this part. Okay, so I have enough thread right here that I'm gonna use. And then I usually like to start from the inside out, however you are comfortable in doing it. I am not going to use any pins to pin this down. I'm just going to be holding it and making sure that I am not folding as much or not using as much as the thread, as the cloth above. So we're just going to fold right here. And then we are just going to start with this. And then we're gonna do it on the other sides. All right, so I went ahead and sewed all of these in, and now we are going to make sure that we get like a triangular more way instead of just a rectangle. So we are going to go ahead and place this. Make sure that we do like grab the wings just a little bit, and then we are going to fold it. Okay, so we're going to do that, but we're going to sew these in first, just the tips, to make sure that we don't have a lot of things going on all at once. We're going to go ahead and just like that. Okay, we don't want to do too much, but we also don't want to do too little. And then we'll do the same here, and then we'll do the same on this side as well. If you want to make sure that they are the same on each side, what I did was just fold it in half and try to fold it where it was. So as you can tell, it's kind of like the same length. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Right, so we are done sewing all of the corners, making sure that they are all even. I know that there's a lot of little threads poking out, but we will take care of that afterwards. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add the earpiece of the mask. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold this just like an envelope. We're just gonna sew the corners of it, but you can also sew it all the way across. And for that, we are just going to use this elastic. It's pretty stretchy. I think it's good to use just so it has some wiggle room. And I am going to show you how I'm not going to sew this part into the mask because sometimes when you wash it, it's not as stretchy as it is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck this in there, and then we're just going to sew over it so that when it's nice and sewed, you're able to just adjust it where you are, where it is, or where you like it. And we're gonna make a knot at the end so that afterwards we can just tuck this in here and it's not visible, and you can adjust it however you want it. But I'll show you that in the next step. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut a long piece of it. So now I have both of my strings, and I am going to just go ahead and put this just right over this right here, and I'm just going to fold this. I will be doing the same stitch I did all around the mask just to keep consistency. Okay, so we are finally done closing these off. Now we're just going to make a knot right here, and you can just really see how long you want it, if anything. Oh, there we go. So we can just make a knot. As you can see, I did not, this is coming undone, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do some more threading there. But let's make this little knot, and then we'll do this part too. Right, I went ahead and fixed them. So this is the final part of the mask. As you can tell, we could definitely go on a little bit more in here, but that is okay. And what I meant about these elastics that you can pull through, and we can hide this part. Let's just cut a little bit off of here. And we can pull it in, and then we can have those little knots tucked away, and then that is how you will be able to see it. So do you guys remember of the little pinwheel that we did? You can put it in the middle if you'd like, but I personally like it to be on the side. So just going to do it right here. It doesn't matter where you put it. I did put the one that I made first. Right in this area as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew that in. All right, and this is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see some pinwheel masks out there.